Good morning everyone. I, Rishi Verma, a student of class 9th A of Keamangalam World School Vaishali, hereby welcome you all to an informative video organized by me and my friends Nandini, Anushka, Ishita, Prachi and Prasan.
United Nations Public Service Day is celebrated every year on June 23. The day was designated by the United Nations General Assembly's resolution since 2003. The day highlights the contribution of public service in the development process, recognizes the work of public servants, and encourages young people to pursue careers in the public sector. Whether as a frontline worker in healthcare or in devising strategies and plans to mitigate its impact, the role of public servants is key. Supporting an important public cause or providing equal access to justice for needy individuals and organizations. The public services is a service provided by the government to the people in a specific jurisdiction. Services may be provided by the government itself or they pay a private organization to provide them. Public servants are in many places, whether working in healthcare or delivering essential services in the areas of sanitization, social welfare, education, postal delivery, transport, law enforcement. Public interest and pro bono work also provides the opportunity to become involved in your local community by performing public service activities of a legal and non-legal nature. Public service to the community, its contribution in the development process, recognizing the work and encouraging the youth to pursue careers in the public sectors.
The public service is the implementing arm of government. Everything that must be done to develop our country and to deliver services to the people depends on the work of public servants. Public servants have an enormous task and play an important role to make service delivery work for the people. Public workers tend to make less in wages when adjusting for education, although that difference is reduced when benefits and hours are included. Public workers have other intangible benefits such as increased job security and high wages. Many public services, especially electricity, fossil fuels, and public transport, are the products of this era. Following the Second World War, many countries also began to implement universal health care and expanded education under the funding and guidance of the state. To honor the women and men who are risking their lives and health to deliver essential public services amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, whether working in the healthcare sector or reaching essential items to homes in COVID-19 hit areas, social workers and policemen have made our lives easy amid the pandemic. In the UK, at least 100 medical and health workers have died as a result of COVID-19.
In China, it was reported that within the first 3 months of fighting the virus, some 3,000 healthcare workers had been infected. In the USA, although the exact figure is unknown, an estimated 5,000 healthcare workers have been infected. In New York City, thousands of the city police officers accounted for some of the 40,000 people in the city who tested positive for the infection by April 2020. Teachers and educational professionals rushed to provide at-home learning solutions via online platforms and e-materials where there was infrastructure to support such approaches. Government must pay attention to developing capacities of the public service and public servants. The incentives for their productivity, the tools and facilities, as well as the technology they require to effectively do their jobs. Public administration, the cornerstone of the government's work, plays an essential and critical role in improving people's lives. Reinventing public administration is a positive and necessary way forward. Without public administration, modernization and transformation to adapt to today's needs, realizing a better future for all will be impossible.
June 23 is celebrated as the United Nations Public Service Day. This day is a tribute to all the people in public services in all countries world over. The aim of this day is to acknowledge and celebrate the achievements of people in public services. This year, the ongoing pandemic is reflected in the theme of UN Public Service Day. The UN Public Service Day 2020 is dedicated to people risking their lives and health amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. This day recognizes all the brave and dedicated people working in essential public services amidst the pandemic. This includes people working in the healthcare sector, sanitization sector, social welfare, education law, and public servants, to name a few.
The COVID-19 outbreak has affected more than 180 countries and infected millions of people, while killing hundreds of thousands of people. Besides the loss of life, the pandemic has disrupted different sectors like health, education, and business, to name a few. People have also felt an impact in their personal lives, while some have found it tough to deal with the situation. From the frontline healthcare workers to social workers, the pandemic has thrown the humble public servants in the spotlight. The pandemic has created awareness about the crucial role public workers play in the community. All this has contributed to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, for which public service and public servants are critical. For the 2030 Agenda to become a reality, effective functioning of public services is essential, states an article on the UN website.
It further states that the agenda recognizes that governments have a vital responsibility for implementing the Sustainable Development Goals. Today, as we honor these essential workers and so many more, we must also reflect how to better protect, recognize, and invest in their well-being as we build back better together. And I say directly to these inspiring public servants, we are deeply indebted to you for your remarkable acts of service to humankind. Although it goes unrecognized at times, public institutions play a vital role in society. The pandemic has brought this fact to the forefront, especially the lockdown phase of this pandemic. This year, as the world celebrates UN Public Service Day, let us say a special thanks to all the public service providers.